your best trades will have 3 checks. All 3 checks. Event, perfect position, within my stop is within my max. Done. Be a 3-check trader, please. Please, pretty please. I beg of you. I want you to be a 3-check trader. It is your duty. When you get 3 checks on a trade, it's no longer a choice. 3 checks is God telling you, this is ordained for you. My son, my daughter, take the trade. This is the universe demanding that you act, that you get off of your ass, that you don't hesitate, that you don't pause, that you don't doubt, that you don't wonder, that you don't call up the psychic hotline, that you don't check with a friend. You boom, you strike. 3 checks strike. 3 checks, no thinking, no doubting, no guessing, no anything. You just hit the damn buy button if it's a buy, hit the damn sell button, short button if it's a short. Be a 3-check trader. Demand that you're a 3-check trader. Make yourself into a 3-check trader. Now, let's talk about this. The NPR test, the 3-step plan to trading profits. Now, what it is a basic 3-step filter for what makes a very, very high odds profitable trade. Do you have a way of ranking the 3 or 4 opportunities that are presenting themselves? Do you have a way of saying this trade out of the 3 has higher odds than the other 2? And this trade out of the 3 has the lower odds? What criteria do you apply to your opportunities to know to assess what the odds are, the odds of success? I'm going to teach you how to apply this NPR test, 3 steps, NPR, to every single one of your opportunities, every single one of your trades. And this NPR test is going to give you the capability of ranking whether it's an A+, an A, or a B+. So we only want to take A pluses, we only want to take A's, and we only want to take B pluses. We don't want to take anything lower than that. But you have to have a way of determining what's an A plus versus an A, what's an A versus a B plus, and the NPR test is going to help you do that. The 3-step NPR test is very simple, but I don't want you to confuse the simplicity for lack of power. I need you to be able to name your play. Whatever you name, I need you to be able to position it, because position of your thing, the thing that you name, is very important, if not more important. Position might be more important than you properly naming the event, but I need you to be able to name the event. I need you to be able to position the event, to tell me what's the position of the event that you have just named. And I also need you to be able to risk out the play. My talk today, guys, is all about these 3 steps. I'm going to teach you what to identify, what to name, because I will tell you this: if you can't put a name on it, then guess what it is? It's a thought. If you can't put a name on your trade, then it's an idea. If you can't put a name on your trade, it's a hunch. If you can't put a name on your trade, it's a feeling. And you can't trade a feeling, you can't trade a thought, you can't trade a hunch, you can't trade a guess. And if you do these 3 things, you're able to name the play, position the play properly, and risk it out properly, you're going to have a level of consistency and success that will have other people not even believing that that level of consistency is possible. And that's where I want you to get. I want you to get to, in your trading, to the point where most people don't believe that it's true. I want you to be unbelievable in your approach. I want people to say, that level of consistency is not possible. That level of profitability is not possible. I want you to be the unbelievable. All right, let's go. Let's talk about the first one. Name it. The identification step. This is where you identify what you're playing. So what is it that I want you to be able to name? There are 3 specific things that I want you to focus 95% of all of your trading on. Item number one, elephant bars. Now, if you've been following my work for any period of time, I'm a very prolific elephant bar based trader. Now, what's an elephant bar? A bull elephant bar is an elongated green bar. A bear elephant bar is an elongated red bar if it's a bear elephant bar. Elephant bars are not normal bars. They're not normal. They're more powerful than other bars because it takes a lot of money. It takes institutional money to create an elephant bar in a Microsoft. It takes institutional money to create an elongated bar in an Apple, in an Amazon, in a Tesla. You and I can't create elephant bars. Even if we put all of our money together and bought the stock at the same time, at the same moment, you and I would not be able to create an elephant bar in Microsoft. So when an elephant bar forms in a Microsoft, in a Tesla, in an Amazon, in a very, very institutionally dominated stock, you know that this elephant bar, this bar is the footprint of institutions at work. If a green elephant bar is forming, institutions are piling into the stock simultaneously, and not just one, simultaneously at the same time, at the same moment, and that must mean something. Why are multiple institutions hitting up this stock at the same moment, at the same time? What do they know? We're following the footprints of money. And we can be guaranteed that if an elephant bar has formed, it is institutional sponsorship. It's not your neighbors. It's not your relatives. It's not your friends. This is big money at work. And big money wishes that they can hide from us. Big money wishes that they can, in a very stealthily way, enter into things and exit out of things without you and I noticing. But the astute watcher of the footprints of money can detect their entering the waters and exiting the waters. An elephant cannot step into a pond without raising the level of water. An elephant can't step into a tub without raising the level of the water, no matter how carefully he tries to put his big, giant elephant foot in the tub, the water's gonna raise. And the elephant can't get out of the tub without the level of water dropping. So when the elephant steps in the tub, the water rises. That's in green elephant bar. And when an elephant bar leaves the tub, the water level drops. That is a red elephant bar. So green elephant bars are institutions piling in. Red elephant bars are institutions leaving. Got this? Elephant bars will represent 60% of all of your trades. Think about this, guys. No other event that I'm going to have you name happens in a more prolific fashion than elephant bars. This is your bread and butter event that I want you to name. You will play elephant bars more than any other event that I'm going to have you name. 60% of all of your trades for the rest of your life will be based on elephant bars. The other statistic that I want you to have, there's two. The second statistic is the elephant bars have a 70% follow-through rate, which means that 7 times out of every 10 after an elephant bar, there is more green to follow. That's the follow-through rate. 70% follow-through rate. Look at how powerful this is. If I'm right, and I'm right, it means that if you buy into the right elephant bar before the elephant bar finishes forming, 7 times out of every 10 times you do that, you get money. I want you to think about that. 7 times out of every 10, that's what 70% means. That if you buy the right elephant bar, you're gonna make money 7 times out of every 10. 70% follow-through rate. In addition to that, 60% of your trades are going to be elephant bar based. So these are the 2 statistics I want you to write down and make a note of. You will play elephant bars 60% of the time of your life as a trader. The right elephant bars will deliver profitability for you 70% of the time, or 7 times out of every 10. That is extraordinarily powerful. What do these statistics mean, people? Is that you can build your entire trading approach off of elephant bars. This can be the basis for the majority of your trading. You can make your living entirely off of elephant bar play. It can be that simple. I play bull elephant bars to the upside. I play red elephant bars to the downside. But not every elephant bar is playable. That's where position comes in. The elephant bars that form in the right position have the higher odds. Just remember, elephant bars will represent 60% of your trading. The right elephant bars have a 70% follow-through rate or a 70% success rate. Just to give you an idea of how big that number is, guys, there are algorithmic trading programs that have a success rate of 38% that make millions of dollars a year. 38% success rate make millions of dollars a year. The 38% wins are big. The other percent wins, right? The 62% wins that aren't profitable are relatively small. You don't have to win more often than you lose. But when you have something that wins more often than you lose, it's super powerful. So if an algorithmic program with a 38% success rate can make millions of dollars a year, what do you think a 70% success rate can do? Extraordinarily powerful. Let's go. Here's an example of an elephant bar. This is Uber. Here's an example of a bear elephant bar. Now, what we're looking at is a 5-minute chart. If you were playing the 5-minute chart, you want to jump into the elephant bar toward the end of the elephant bar's formation. So in the last minute and a half of a 5-minute bar. If it's a 2-minute bar, you want to enter into the elephant bar the last 30 seconds of the 2-minute bar, or the last 40 seconds of the 2-minute bar. It's always toward the latter third, let's say the latter third part of the bar. So here's a bear elephant bar that drops to the downside. Remember, elephant bars have a 70% follow-through rate. There's the follow-through. There's the money. There's the consistent profitability. Giving you an example of a bear elephant bar. Now, let's go to item number 2 that I want you to be able to name. I want you to be able to name tail bars. So we've covered, I need you to be able to name and identify an elephant bar when you see it, whether it's a green elephant bar or a red elephant bar. I also need you to be able to identify tail bars, whether it's a bottoming tail bar, where your tail is at the bottom of the body. Your tail is at the bottom of the little body. Your tail is at the bottom of the little body. Now note that on these tail bars, the body is little, and the tail is the sizable item, thus the name tail bars. The most important part of a tail bar is the tail. It is not the body. The body can be green, the body can be red, the body can be no color, red, green. It doesn't really matter what color the body is. What matters is the size of the tail. But the only thing I will say about the body is that the most optimal tail bar has a relatively small body. You don't always get that, but the optimal tail bar has a relatively small body. But understand that in a bottoming tail bar, the tail is under the body, and in a topping tail bar, the tails are above the body. They're both viable. Okay, so you got bottoming tail bars and topping tail bars. Bottoming tail bars will have a follow-through rate of equal to the tail to the elephant bar. So the follow-through rate on bottoming tail bars is 70% plus. Again, you're gonna make money if you name a bottoming tail bar correctly. You're gonna make money 7 times out of every 10 times you do that. That's very powerful. 70% follow-through rate. The only caveat here is that unlike the elephant bars, people, This is not going to represent 60% of your trades. How can it? Because the elephant bar represents 60% of your trades. This is going to represent 15% of your trades. So 15% of your trades will be tail bar plays, whether you're playing the tail bar to the downs, the topping tail bar to the downside, or the bottoming tail bar to the upside. Listen to me carefully. This is very important. I want you to think about the fact elephant bars are going to represent 60% of your trades, right? Wow, 60%. Tail bars are going to represent 15%. If you play both of these, that is what? 75% of all of your trades are two things: elephants and tails. Elephants have tails, right? Of course. Have you ever seen a tailless elephant? No. Elephants have tails. We want them both. That's 75% of all trades you will ever take in life. Two things. The simplicity of this is extraordinary, but don't confuse the simplicity for lack of power. This is extraordinarily powerful, and I will show you example after example after example, all from last week, all from my traders, drilling elephant bars and tail bars from the right position and making consistent profitability. Now remember, 70% follow-through rate, success rate. Let's take a quick look at an example of a tail bar. Here is Amazon. It is a topping tail bar. I hope you can see this. Topping tail bar. The majority of the bar is tail. The body is relatively small. You don't always get that, but that's the optimal. And the follow-through rate is 70%. Beautiful. That's the second item I need you to be able to identify. I need you to be able to identify. I need you to be able to say, if I point to this bar, I need you to be able to say, Oliver, I need you to answer me. If I were to ask you, what is that bar? What's the name of that? You say, that's a bear elephant bar, Oliver. If I point to this bar, you should be able to identify it. I need you to be able to say, Oliver, that's a topping tail bar. You understand? If I point to this bar, I need you to be able to identify, Oliver, that's a bottoming tail bar. This is what I want to drill you on over and over again. Can you accurately identify the best events, the best opportunities? The best ones have follow-through rates of 70%, 80%, 90%. Oh yes, there are events that have a 90% follow-through rate. We're going to actually talk about adding position that takes the 70% into the 80%. And maybe if I have time, I'll share one or two 90% events to identify. But this is extraordinarily powerful, guys. I'm going to teach you how to put this three-step system together, and your accuracy is going to go through the roof. I promise you. I promise you this. So you got to be able to identify properly. When I say name it, is the same as identify it. The third and final thing, there's only three things I need you to be able to name or identify: elephant bars, tail bars, and what I call 180s. There's a bull 180 and a bear 180. Now, why do I call it 180? Is because one group, the bulls are doing a 180 on the bears. So if you look at the bull 180, the picture you see here is a bull 180. You see, first, the bears were in control by taking your stock down. Then, all of a sudden, in one fell swoop, the bulls regain control and supersede the bears by taking out the high. You see that little piece of green above the high? This is a powerful bar. The bear bar is a powerful bar, but the green bar overcomes the red bar to become a more powerful bar, meaning it cancels out all the bearishness. All the bears have gotten destroyed by the green bar. Now, another way I explain this to my traders is I want you to imagine that there is the sun in the right-hand corner, and it is shining its rays down on your event that you named. You named this bull 180. Now, if you look at the rays of the sun, the only thing that is absorbing the sun is the green. The red are getting no sun. They're dying. We give the benefit of the doubt to whatever is receiving the sun on the right-hand side. If the green did not quite come all the way up to take out the red, and the green only reached, let's say, here, then the sun is actually, there's some sun going to the green, but most of the sun is still going to the red. That's still bearish because the red is receiving more of the sun than the green. That's still a bear event. But if the green rises high enough to block the sun, that's when you go bullish, because now the green is the golden child. The green bar is receiving all of the sun's rays. So the bull 180 is a very powerful event. Why? Because it is a turning event. It is a clear indication that one group, the bulls, one side of the war, the bulls, have overtaken the other side, the opponent, which are the bears. They are in control now. So it's a very clear indication that the market has changed from one group to the other. Now, I will tell you this, 180s are the most powerful event of all. So out of the three, elephant bars, tail bars, 180s are your most powerful event of all. 180s have an 80% follow-through rate. Whoo! All right, so remember, elephants have a 70% follow-through rate. Tail bars have a 70% follow-through rate. 180s have an 80% follow-through rate. It's a higher success rate. Now, here's the other thing. As powerful as elephants are, their follow-through will be powerful. As powerful as tail bars are, their follow-through will be powerful. 180s will have double the power. Woo! So not only is the 180 higher in terms of its consistency as far as follow-through, 80% versus 70%, the power of the follow-through, the explosiveness of the follow-through is double that of the others. You're going to make some of your longest green, your biggest profitability off of 180s. They're just simply more powerful. Now, you got elephants, tails, and all-powerful 180s, right? The only caveat to this, there's always a trade-off. The 180s will give you an 80% follow-through rate, which means that 8 times out of every 10, not 7, 8 times out of every 10, you're going to win with it. Its follow-through rate is double the power, which means that you're going to win bigger on average with the 180 than the other two. But it only happens 10% of the time. That's the trade-off. So elephants happen 60% of the time. Do you understand? Tails happen 15% of the time. The all-powerful 180s happen 10% of the time. Write these things down, guys. I need you understanding. I need you remembering these notes, especially when we go to examples. Here is an example of a bear 180. Remember, a bear 180 is just the opposite. Green gets overtaken by red. Bear 180, my traders would come in all the way from here. Uh-oh, bear 180. Boom! They'd position themselves right in that red bar of the bear 180 and the follow-through. I need you to be able to identify, which is another way of saying it. I need you to be able to name these bars. What's the name of this bar? You should be able to tell me, Oliver, that's a bear elephant bar. What's the name of this event? You should be able to tell me, Oliver, that's a bear elephant bar. What's the name of this event? You should be able to tell me, Oliver, that's a bull full elephant bar. What's the name of this bar? Oliver, that's a bare elephant bar. All of these things you should be able to name. You need to become an expert identifier of these three things: elephants, tail bars, and 180s. If I can get you to just throw everything else out of the window. But Oliver, what about the stochastic indicator? No. The RSI, Oliver? The RSI? What about the RSI? No. If I can get you to throw all of that garbage out of the window, all of your indicators, all of your special items, oh, the overbought, the oversold, forget that. Elephants, tails, 180s. Elephants, tails, 180s. Elephants, tails, 180s. I promise you, if I can get you to distill down to these three things and to become an expert at identifying it. Whereas if I were to point to any one of them, you'd be like, elephant, 180, tail, elephant, 180, tail, elephant, tail, 180. Your accuracy, your consistency will go through the frickin' roof. And all we have to do is add the risk, the position. Once you know how to identify these things, then we tighten it up and say, well, not all of them are takeable, only the ones in the right position, in the right neighborhood, in the right location. And then our odds go up. Let's talk about that next. All right, let's go. So the bull events are simple. Elephants, 60% of your trades. Tail bars, 15% of your trades. 180s. 15% of your trades are tail bars. 180s, 10% of your trades. Good. This is the bear events. Bear elephant bars, 60% of your shorts to the downside. Topping tail bars will make up 15% of your shorts. Bear elephant bars, bear 180s will make up 10% of your shorts. So with these three items, you've got 85% of all of your trades will be these three things. You really don't need anything else. Now, the next step in our NPR litmus test, we've already covered the name it. Name the elephant, name the tail, name the 180. Now let's position the thing that you have named. Location is key. A lot of people understand that in real estate, the three ways to make money in real estate is location, location, location. What a lot of people don't realize is that it's the same thing in trading, in the market, particularly in the stock market. In real estate, you can have the most beautifully well-built mansion, but built in the most crime-infested ghetto, and it will not fetch the value it should. But take that mansion, that event, and put it in the right location, and it fetches millions and millions of dollars. Same house, same materials, same quality, but the location increases or decreases the value. Same thing. Your elephant bar can be decreased in its power and its reliability in the wrong location, but it can also be upped and put on frickin' steroids in the right location. Well, let's talk about location. Position it. Location is key. I have to introduce you to two key moving averages. These two key moving averages, if you followed my work for any period of time, you understand I will not look at a chart unless it is accompanied by the 20-period simple moving average and the 200-period simple moving average, irrespective of the time frame that you're focused on. When these two moving averages are relatively close together, they form an above and below position. So what we're looking at now is the 20-period moving average and the 200-period moving average relatively close together. And this is the above that dual moving average pair position. Now, this above position is divided into three categories. +1 is the category right above the two moving averages. Right above the two moving averages is what I call position +1. Then you have something way above. I'm talking about Pluto land. So this is Earth, this is like Mars, and this is Pluto in terms of planets. So Pluto land way out there far away is +3, and anything in between is +2, position +2. So I need you to, I know this is somewhat subjective, but you need to be able to take the space above, the position above these two key moving averages and divide it into these three positions. And you start with 1 and 3 because that easily gives you 2. 2 is the most ambiguous. So if you say, wow, that's far away, that's 3, and this is relatively close to the moving averages, that's 1, you automatically get position 2. Now, let's talk about what you do in each of these positions. From position 1, you never go short. That's why there's all green arrows. You only go long. So if you identify an elephant bar in position 1 is a long, boom. If you identify a bottoming tail bar in position 1, this is an automatic buy for a long. If you identify bull 180 in position 1, this is a powerful buy. I want you to understand that. Do you see that? Do you understand what I'm saying? I need you identifying elephant bars in position 1. Go. Tail bars in position 1. Go. Bull 180s in position 1. Go. Go, 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 go. If you get an elephant bar in position 1, it's not 70% anymore. It's 80% follow through rate. Whoo! So the elephant bar by itself is 70%. Have that elephant bar in position 1, right under the moving averages, relatively flat 20 and 200 moving averages. Boom! This becomes an 80%er. Woo! Your consistency just went up. Your profitability just went up. It's very powerful. The tail bar in position 1 is not 70%, it's 80%. Now get this. Are you ready? The bull 180 in position 1 is not 80%, it's freaking 90%. 90% follow through rate. Your consistency and profitability explode by the powerful event being in the most powerful position. What's the most powerful position? 1. That's why I labeled it 1. It's number 1. The number 1 position is right above the 20 and 200 as relatively flat moving averages. So now we've got 80 to 90% follow through rate, 80 to 90% success rate. Your consistency goes through the roof. Your profitability explodes. Whoo! I still get excited about these things. So position 1 is by far your most powerful position. Now, let's go to position 3. Position 3 is in Pluto land. Notice that now the arrows flip down and are all red. You only go short way above the key moving averages. So we're looking up here for anything that signals short. Bear elephant bar in position 3, short. Topping tail bar in position 3, way up there, and your moving averages are way down here, short. Bear 180s, way up there in position 3, you're in Pluto land, short. So we're long from position 1, we're short from position 3. Let's talk about position 2. Now, position 2 has 2 green and 1 red, which means that you can actually go short or long from position 2, depending upon the event. If you get a powerful sell event, like a bear 180 from here, from position 2, you can take that short. If you get a topping tail bar from position 2, you can go short from position 2. Boom, boom. So we only go short from 3. Sometimes we go long from 2, and sometimes we go short from 2, but we only go long from 1. So 1 and 3 are the certain ones. 1 only long, you got it? 3 only short, 2 short and long, depending upon the power of the event. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm laying down. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm going to take a sip of tea. I'm not going to move on unless you tell me you understand. Tell me, Oliver, I get it. I get the position. Position 1, position 2, position 3. I only go long from position 1. I only go short from position 3. I do both from position 2, depending upon the power of the event. Powerful. But you see how, like, clarity is building. Isn't clarity building? I got 3 events and 3 locations. I got 70% follow through on the events, but they're 80% in the right location. You see the clarity forming? Do you see it? Do you feel the clarity forming here? Talk to me. You feel it? I feel it. The same thing applies, guys, to the downward position, right? So if you've got a relatively flat 20 and 200 and they're relatively close together, you have a scenario where you have not only a space above, but you also have a space below. And the space below is handled the same. Right below is position 1. Way below is position 3. Instead of plus, it's negative. And in between is position 2. We only go short from position 1. So I want to see bare elephant bars in position 1. Now that elephant bar doesn't have a 70% follow through rate. It went to 80% follow through rate to the downside. Tail bar, not 70% from position 1, but 80% from position 1. And bear 180, OMG, bear 180 from position 1. Boom! This has a 90% follow through rate. Position 1 is your most powerful position. I start all traders off trading only position 1 to get them used to the most powerful events in the most powerful location. That is where they're going to get the highest level of success. That is where they're going to get the greatest flow from their trades and the greatest consistency and the greatest profitability. Your best trades happen from position 1. Your second best trades happen from position 3. And your third best trades happen from position 2. And the reason you can see in the color why 1 and 3s will be more consistent because they're straight one color. 1 is all red under the moving averages. 3 is all green deep below the moving averages. You play only long from the upside way below the moving averages. So you're looking for bull events, bull elephant bar, bottoming tail bar, bull 180 from down, way down here. Snapping back now. You only want bear events here. You only want bull events here. And you can do both in between, depending upon the power of the event. But I start all traders off, focus only on position 1. Your greatest trades happen from position 1. Your most consistent trades happen from position 1. What's position 1? Here's position 1 under the moving averages. Remember, here's position 2. Here's position 1 above the moving averages. Here's position 1 below the moving averages. Here's position 1 once again, right above the moving averages. Most powerful trades are going to come from there. Here's position 1 right below the moving averages. Your most powerful shorts are going to come from there. So your most powerful longs happen from position 1 here. Your most powerful shorts happen from position 1 here. Match up your bull events to position 1 here. Match up your bear events to position 1 here. And I promise you, your problem won't be profitability. Your problem won't be consistency. Your problem will be, I have so many powerful opportunities. How do I choose? Which ones do I choose? You'll have to choose the money that you make. The other locations I want you to be aware of are are two things. A flat 200 period moving average. If you get a surge from a flat 200, like this, boom, elephant bar from a flat 200, that elephant bar goes to 90% follow through rate. The 200 makes it double the power. Elephant bars that surge off of the 200 go 90% follow through rate. Bear elephant bars that surge down off of the 200 go 90% follow through rate. Mark it down. The 200 adds double the power. And you can get the same thing here. Bottoming tail bar, topping tail bar, bull 180. You know the deal. Bear 180. You get it down here. Relatively flat 200 makes your events doubly powerful. Now, let's talk about the other location, is a rising or declining 20 period moving average. So if you get an event, let's say you get a bull elephant bar here, a bottoming tail bar here, gains extra relevance. The only thing is, do not consider it good if the 20 is too separated from the 200. It can be separated, just not very separated. If it gets very separated, all bets are off. So if you get something like this, guys, look, but here's my 20 on my 200 up here. Now, any bull event way up here separated is not cool. High probability of failure because of the separation between the duo, the 20 and the 200. So you can be separated, just not very separated like this. This is too separated. So remember the locations. Remember the locations. You've got the flat, relatively flat 200, where if you get a surge, that goes to 90% follow through rate. The 200 adds extra credence, extra power to the play. Or here, declining 20 that is separating from the 20 to the 200, but not very separated yet. Too much separation ruins it, and you have to stop playing off of the 20. So in summary, what are your positions? In summary, what are your positions? Your positions are the 200, the 3 events off the 200, the 3 events off the declining 20, the 3 events off a rising 20, and the 3 events +1, +2, +3, -1, -2, -3. Remember, your zone above the 2 relatively flat moving averages, your zone split up into 3 above, your zone split up into 3 below. I told you this was going to get a little more sophisticated. I only have 3 events. I want to play any of the 3 events off the 20, the 200. I want to play any of the 3 events off the 20 period moving average, if it's rising or declining. I want to play any of the 3 events, more specifically off the 1s and 3s. And these are my creme de la creme positions, locations. I told you it's going to get a little sophisticated here. And it's even actually more sophisticated if you join the family. We can really do deep dives on this. We've got the 3 events, where those 3 events gain extra power, extra reliability, extra profitability potential. Now, risking it out. And then we're going to go to examples, guys. You have to be able to, on every trade, make a risk assessment. This is your risk assessment step, okay? Now, we use 2 stops to do this with, 2 protective stops. Stop number 1 is called the event stop. An event stop is very simple, guys. I will not lose the event. If the stock takes my event away, I kill the trade. If I enter this elephant bar in position 1, my stop is under that event. If this event, if the stock breaks the event, takes my event away from me, I am out of the trade right there. That's an event stop. I am playing this bottoming tail bar in position 1. If the stock breaks the low of that event, I am out right there. I will I will kill the trade when the event that got me in the trade is no longer valid. If the market takes my event away, I'm out. If I have played this bull 180 right there, my stop goes under the event. If the stock takes my event away, I am out right there under the event. 1 penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies, right under the event, I'm out. I kill it. It should not be doing that. Now, this is going to happen, but it should not be happening regularly. Remember, 70 to 80%. This is 90% if it's off the 200, 90% follow through rate. So that means that 1 in 10 might do this, but 9 are going to take you to the promised land. So that's what an event stop is. You don't stay in it if the market takes the event away. You get out. If the market takes your event away, you're out immediately. No questions asked, no hesitation, no anything. Traders who stay in hope mode are your losing traders. The ones that hope after their event has been taken away. It's ridiculous. But Oliver, what if my event gets taken away, but the S&P 500 is rocking to the upside? No. But Oliver, no. But no. If your event is taken away, out. No ifs, ands, buts. There's no buts. Get your butt out of the way. Your stock should not be eliminating the reason that you took the trade in the first place, especially if you are taking the event in the right position. If you're taking an elephant bar off the 200 or an elephant bar off position 1, your event should not be violated. And let me give you one very important clue. If the perfect event in the perfect position gets taken out, watch out below. Watch, the opposite move is likely to be very, very violent and serious. Now, I know that's going to lead some of you to say, well, Oliver, should we flip it and go the other way? That's not the topic today, but possibly, yes. But I'm telling you this, do not stick around if perfect events in the perfect location, perfect position fail. I'm telling you, they fail spectacularly, statistically speaking. So you don't want to play around. Last thing I will say about event is we need to incorporate maximum loss per trade, a maximum loss per trade criteria to the event. We have to combine these two. Now, what do I mean by maximum loss per trade? Every trader must have, guys, a maximum amount that they will lose on any given trade. This becomes your most important promise to yourself as a trader. I will not lose more than $300 on any given trade. That is a maximum loss per trade promise. Do you know how many traders are operating in the markets without that promise? Without the promise made to themselves, I will not lose more than this on any given trade. I don't care what happens. I don't care who whispers in my ear. I don't care what the news is. I don't care what the earnings say. I don't care what the stars say. The stars could be aligned and the planetary alignments can be this and the astrological signals can be this. It doesn't freaking matter. I will not lose more than this on any given trade, no matter what. And if you don't have that, you are a novice. I don't care how many indicators you look at. I don't care how good you think you are. If you do not operate with this ultimate promise as the foundation of your trading plan, you are a freaking novice. Do you understand? So I'm going to give you an example of what a maximum loss per trade is. And let's go and let's do the math. Let's say there are two options for this. Let's say your maximum loss per trade is $300. Your maximum loss per day, we have to start off with what is your maximum loss per day? What's the amount of money that you are willing to lose on any given day? It can't be big enough to make you seek counseling. If it's too big, you'll need to seek counseling at the end of every day. We can't have that. So it has to be small enough to where you don't need to seek counseling. But it also has to be ample enough to give your stocks room to dip and move and dance a little bit. So let's say that maximum loss per day, I'm going to give you an example, is $300. We're going to use $300 as an example because $300 is easily recoupable. It's not going to be the end of the world. You're not going to have to seek counseling. You're not going to start having suicidal thoughts with a $300 loss. All right. Now, we take this $300 and we can divide it by 2 or we can divide it by 3. Those are the two options. If you want more room, if you want to give each play a little bit more room, you divide your maximum loss per day by 2 to get your maximum loss per trade, which means that you will not let any given trade lose more than $150. If you take your maximum loss per day and divide by 3, you get a maximum loss per trade of $100. The $100 says that I will not lose more than $100 on any given trade. Now, these promises become the ruling promise of your life as a trader. The trader who more consistently applies, keeps this promise to themselves, has the greater odds of being the better trader. Do you understand? I will not lose more than $150 on any given trade. I will not lose more than $100 on any given trade, whatever your maximum loss is. I say this with one caveat. You can go too small. You can make your maximum loss per trade so small that you die by 1,000 cuts. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing anymore. So I don't want you to say, but Oliver, I'm losing, but my maximum loss per trade is $5. Like, dude, you can't fit Microsoft, Apple, you can't fit trades in a $5 box. You can't put them in a straitjacket like that. They're going to try to violently break through. You're just going to die by 1,000 cuts. Your losses will be small, but you'll have 2 million of them. 2 million small losses. There's a sweet spot, right? You've got to give your stocks enough room. I always say, in order for a dancer or a basketball player to leap, he must first squat. You must give your stocks squatting room so that they can leap. But if you prevent your basketball player from ever bending its knees, it can't jump. It can't leap for you. It can't dunk the basketball for you. It can't score for you because you're not allowing any knee bending room. You've got to allow room. Not so much where you have to seek counseling if you're stopped out, but not so tight that you die by 1,000 cuts either. So my general rule is no maximum loss per trade less than $50. And even that's cutting it. I like more like $70, $80, $100 maximum loss per trade. All right, let's go back. So how do these things fit together? Well, I'm going to tell you how they fit together. And then we're going to look at a ton of examples. If you are buying this elephant bar, this is position 1. It's above the relatively flat 2 moving averages. You're buying into the bar toward the end of the bar's formation. If that's a 2-minute bar, you're buying about 1 minute, 30 seconds into the bar. Boom, there's your entry. Your stop goes right under the bar. If you buy 2 lots, you have to know if I get stopped out here, and my maximum loss is $100 per trade. That means that this has to be less than 50 cents. So from entry to stop has to be less than 50 cents. Otherwise, you violate your maximum loss per trade. So you have to know this before you go into the trade. Is that stop less than 50 cents away? If it is more than 50 cents away, let's say it's 75 cents away, and you've got 2 lots, you would violate your $100 maximum loss per trade. So what do you have to do? You've got to drop the 2 lots to 1 lot. And now your maximum loss, your loss is 75 cents away. You're going to lose $75, which actually is within your $100 maximum loss per trade. Now go. So do you see how you're applying the event stop with an ultimate max will help you decide, what's my size? Is it 1 lot? Is it 2 lot? Is it 3? Can I squeeze 3 lots in there? Because if your maximum loss is 100 and the stop out point is 25 cents away, you can do almost 4 lots of 100 shares. 4 lots in get you about $100 loss if you stop out. If your stop is 50 cents away, then you can barely do 2. 200 shares at 50 cents gets you $100 loss. If your stop is 80 cents away, you can only do 1 lot to stay within your $100 maximum loss per trade. So this helps you determine what's the size of my trade. But even more important than knowing what the size, it helps you automatically fit the size, make the size of the trade appropriate. But in addition to that, people, you know your loss beforehand. It's never more than 100 if it's 150, never more than 150. Whatever it is, you know that the worst thing that can ever happen to me is a $100 loss. So now I ask you, if you know the worst thing, if you keep your promise, and you know that the worst thing that can happen to me is $100, then where does fear in trading come from after that? Do you follow what I'm saying, people? Do you understand that once you start operating with a maximum loss per trade, and you know that I will never lose more than this on any given trade, you have now removed the need to fear anything, because every trade becomes the same. No trade can ever hurt you beyond $100, and that's not hurt. That doesn't hurt. So now you remove hurt from the equation. You remove the possibility of being destroyed from the equation. You remove the possibility of being surprised from the equation, because I will never lose more than $100 on any given trade. I have made every trade the same as far as risk is concerned. So now I don't fear. I trade with confidence. I trade with authority. I trade with freaking power. I'm no longer hesitant, because max that can happen to me is $100. I'm no longer second guess, because the max that can only happen to me is a negative $100. I have neutralized. I've castrated fear. Fear no longer has balls, bolitas. When you operate with the maximum loss per trade part of the NL, the NPR, name it, position it, then you make sure the risk is within your maximum loss per trade. Now go. Okay, let's get back to this. It's very powerful, guys. It's simple in nature, but very sophisticated and powerful at the same time. Okay, now, I promise you, wait till we look at these examples here, guys. We're going to apply on the examples the NPR checklist, your trading manifesto. Understanding the NPR checklist, we're going to now apply it to real trading examples. These are real trades that I pulled from my own traders. Sometimes ask you to name it. Sometimes I'm going to ask you on the examples we look at to position it. And sometimes I'm going to ask you to risk it out. But listen to me carefully. When you're looking at a trade for yourself, you must name it. Is it an elephant, tail, or 180? You must name it. Check. Now, let's say you say it's an elephant. Now you must position it. Is it in position 1 or 3? Is it off of a 200-period moving average? Is it off of a 20-period moving average? You must position it. Here's position 1. Is it position 1? Is it position 3? Is it surging off the 200 or coming off the 20? Make sure it's not so separated from the 200. So which position? You've got 3 possible names, right? You got 3 possible names. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 possible positions if we eliminate the 2. And we've got event and max. Event stop will be less than max. Max will be your ultimate. So here's how the checklist works. Name it, elephant bar, check. Position it, surging off the relatively flat 200, check. What's your stop? Maximum loss per trade. I will not lose more than $150. That's my maximum loss per trade. I will not lose more than $150 on this trade. Check. Listen, when your best trades will have 3 checks. There are times where acceptable trades are 2 checks. Let me give an example of a 2 check. You can name it. The position is not so perfect. It's not far away from the perfect position, but I can't say it's perfect, but it's properly risked out. Another 2 check that's possible. The name, it's kind of a tail bar. I mean, it's close to a tail bar. I can't say it's the optimal tail bar, but it's close enough. But I still have to put an X because it's not the perfect one. But the position is perfect and risk it out. So here are 2 check examples. Do you understand? This is a 2 check trade that you can take. This is a 2 check trade that you can take. It's less than ideal, but it's still takeable. But notice something. Never will you sacrifice the risk side, the loss side. We can relax this a tiny bit. We can relax this sometimes a tiny bit. You never, ever, ever, ever look at my face. Never, Oliver, never. But sometimes, no, never. Risk, never play around with that. Do you understand me? We never come off risk. Maximum loss per trade, 100. You never relax that. All right? So I would encourage you to focus on being a 3 check trader. Forget the 2, the acceptable ones. I want you initially, at least, going for the gusto. I want you initially going for the best. I want you going for the sublime. I want you going for the perfect. Because your best trades will be 3 check trades statistically. All right? Now, we're going to take this NPR litmus test, this NPR checklist, and we're going to look at all the live trades, or many of the live trades that my traders took last week. And I'm going to drill you on it. Are you ready for your world to be rocked with the NPR? I'm telling you, you're going to see, this is going to rock your world. You're going to see like, holy cow, this is simple but powerful. And you're going to see the possibility of what it can do for you. Are you ready? If you decide to take 2 checks, I need you keeping score. So I need you keeping score. How many of your 3 checks win versus your 2 checks? Do you understand? And if you find that your 2 checks are really underperforming, eliminate 2 check plays. You understand? It's okay to take 2 check plays as long as you're getting consistency there. So if your 2 checks are still getting you decent consistency, win, like that, do 3 checks and 2 checks. But if you're starting to fail on 2 checks, eliminate 2 checks and only do 3 checks. I need you keeping score. That's the whole purpose of that slide. All right, let's go. Real trades, this is how it's done. I want you to take a look at the 200 period moving average, and you've got the 20 period moving average. Identify, name it now. Name the event. Is it an elephant? Is it a tail? Is it a 180? All right. Some people might say, well, Oliver, isn't that a bear 180 because there's a green? Isn't that a bear 180 because there's a green bar before it? No, because a bear 180, guys, the green bar has to be relatively sizable too, like that. That's a real bear 180. Where the green is not tiny, it's not tiny like that. So this is more of an elephant bar. Now, tell me the location. Remember the NPR test, right? We're doing an NPR test. Let's do it. NPR. What's the name of it? It's an elephant. Check. Okay. What's the position? Is it coming off the 200, off the 20, in position 1 or 3? Well, I would say it's off the 20. This is an off the 20 play, not too separated. Remember, not too separated like that. It's separated, but not too separated. So off the 20, check. Now, assuming you risk it out, maybe I can only do one lot here to make sure that if I stop out above the event, remember, event stop, don't lose your event. Boom. If you lose less than your maximum, 3 checks, maximum loss per trade, done, boom. Now go for it. I want to bring your attention here. Look at that gap right there, guys. See that gap right there? We always fill gaps in. Fill the gap in. Fill it in. Take the empty space and make it red, as if it didn't gap, as if it traded there. Now, name your event. What event is this? Name it. It's an elephant. Check. What's the position? At or near the 20. It doesn't have to be touching it, just at or near it. This was on it. That's fine. This elephant bar is on it. That's fine. At or near it. At, near, or on it is fine. Just not far away like this. Let me show you something far away. If your elephant bar is down here, look how far from the 20 or far from your item it is. That's not workable. Elephant bar, stop. Elephant bar, position near the 20. Boom, risk it out. I will not lose more than $100 or $150. Maximum loss per trade, done. Same thing here. Name it, position it, 20, risk it out, boom. And all of these work. This one gave you a tiny bit of a pause here, boom, but eventually worked. It didn't get stopped out. This eventually worked, boom, didn't get stopped out. All right, let's move to the next example. Tail bar. There's 2 here I want to show you. Here's a topping tail bar. You've just named it. Name it. Topping tail bar. Boom. What's the position? 200 period moving average. Look at the flat 200 period moving average. Position 200. Boom. Risk it out. Yes, I can do 2 lots here without losing maximum loss per trade. Boom. That's a 3 check trade. And the rest is history. Now, what position is this? Look carefully. What position are you? Here's your position. 1, this is 3, and in between is 2, right? You've got bottom, name this event, bottoming tail bar in position 3. You can go to the upside. So we short from position 1, we go long from position 3 if we have the right events. Position 1, position 3, position 2, bottoming tail bar, topping tail bar. Guys, this is huge money. Do you understand? These are all trades taken by my traders. United Airlines. Okay. Name the event. Elephant bar. Name the event. Elephant bar. All right. Name the position. Let's do this one. This is very special, guys. So name the event. Name it. You should always operate like this, guys. Always operate like this. NPR, everything you do. Name it. Elephant bar. Position it. Position 1. Whoa. Position 1. Boom. Risk it out. All right. 3 lots without losing 150. 3 lots. Maximum loss per trade. Boom. I want you knowing what you're going to lose before you take the trade. This is a 3-check list, and the rest is history. Now, name this event. That's a bear 180, right? But is it in the right position? It's not down here. You see? It's in position 1. That is not where you take a negative trade. You don't take negative trades in position 1. You only take positive trades in position 1. This is where a lot of traders go wrong. But Oliver, there's a bear 180. It didn't work. I'm like, that's not where you take a bear 180. That's where the NPR comes into play. So let's do it. Name this event. Bear 180, which signifies go short. But what's the position? It's position 1. And wrong position, right? Not cool. Since we never take bear signal in, guys, remember, let me just go back, and this is very important. It's so important, I do want to go back and show you and remind you. We don't take bear, look, all green. There's no red. There's no instance you take a short in position 1. I don't care what the event is. We don't take shorts in position 1, all right? That is a short in position 1. No, only long. Elephant bar. I love that sound. All right. Okay. Tail bar. I'm giving you one part of the NPR, right? I'm giving you one part. Oh, I did that wrong. I'm giving you one part of the NPR litmus test. I've given you the name. It's a tail bar. Boom, right there. Now you tell me the position. I will wait. You tell me the position. Shh. Boom, tail bar. That is position 1. That's right. Position 1, the perfect position. And where's that sound again? We got tail bar, position 1, check. Okay. 2 lots allows me to stay within maximum. That's a 3-check trade, and the rest is history, guys. Listen to that sound. If you take a position in 1, boom, here's the position. 1, taking a short in position 1. Where do you think you really want to exit? And think about this. Where do you want to exit? In position 3. You take a position 1, boom. You want to be out in position 2 and 3, certainly 3. So let's go back to this, guys. This is dark though. Shoot, let me see something here. Here's position 1. You're taking the trade, topping tail bar. Boom! 2 lots. Stop. This is position 1. This is position 2. And this is position 3. And you're coming out in position 3. You're taking 1 out in 3. That's why I love position 1 trades. Going into 1, coming out in 3. And some of our traders come out partially in 2 and the rest in 3. Elephant bar. Boom. I gave you the name now. I gave you the first part. NPR it. Go ahead and NPR it, guys. Elephant bar. Boom. Now position that thing. Position that thing. All right, look at it. 20 period moving average. Boom! Now risk it out. How many shares gets you within still? How many shares can you pack inside of your maximum loss per trade? And let's say that's 2. I can pack 2 trades, still stays within my maximum loss per trade. Boom, that's a 3-check trade. No thinking, no guessing, no doubting. Go all the way. Elephant bar, I gave you the first one. Now, name it. I gave you the name, elephant bar. Now position it and risk it out. It's 2 positions. Now, here's something interesting. It's off the 20 and it's position 1. When you get this, your odds just went up. You can get a double check in the position category. That's crazy. It's the only one that you can get a double check. So this is actually, and let's say you can get 3 lots off that keeps you in maximum loss per trade. So here's a not just a 3 to, this is called a 3-check trade plus. A 3-check trade plus. 1 check, 2 check, 3 check plus. 3-check trade plus. Odds go up. Beautiful. Beautiful examples here. Whoa, elephant bar, you know the deal. NPR that thing. Here we go. I gave you the elephant. Check. Now position that thing. Position that thing. And risk it out. How many lots can you do? Maybe you can get 3 off here in maximum loss per trade. Boom. I want you to be in that habit of listing the lots. Okay, this is 2 lots within maximum loss per trade. This is 1 lot within maximum loss per trade. This is 3 lots within the maximum loss per trade. It puts you in the habit of always knowing your risk before you enter the trade. Tail bars. I'm giving you the first thing. Name it. Tail. Boom. Now position that thing. Risk out that thing. We got dual tail bars there. So some traders of mine, they would double the name here. So they would say that anything that's double, like you can get dual tail bars, that's double. So they would double the name here. So it will become a 3-check plus. I don't really necessarily do that, but I do have some traders that do that. So it's not just 1 bottoming tail bar, it's 2 bottoming tail bars. They double the name. The position is double too. So the position is off the 200. So you're in the area of the 200. So it's 200 and it's position 1. So it's double the position. Oh my goodness. And risk it out. All right, maybe you can do 2 lots to stay within that maximum loss per trade. And boom. So you got double, double, boom. That is crazy. If you make sure that you're filtering it through the NPR, you can't go wrong very often. Now, here's just a plain test. NPR. Name something that is also positioned perfectly that you can do with inside of your maximum loss per trade. Boom. Name it. Elephant. Position that thing off the 20, and I would say position 1. Boom, boom, 20, and it's not plus, that's negative. Position 1, and you can probably get maybe as much as 4 lots, since 4 lots within maximum, did that wrong, 4 lots within maximum loss per trade, maybe 3 lots, 4 lots, 3 lots, something like that. Boom. Your stop is not that far away. That's your stop. Your stop is not that far away. Position 1, position 2, position 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo-hoo-hoo. Teach you how to trade by the numbers. I'm giving you the first one here, elephant bar. Now, let's NPR this thing. NPR it. Name it, elephant. Position, we got position 1, and we've got 20 MA. And we've got 200. Uh-oh. Do you see that you're near both of them? And do you see that you're in position 1? So now look at how many checks you have in position. 1, 2, 3. Risk that thing out. Now go for the freaking gusto. This means that the odds are so stacked in your favor, traders, that you can't guess, you can't doubt, you can't waver, you can't pause, you can't flutter in any way. You can't hesitate. The odds of success are just too great. And so, guys, I call this the weight of the evidence approach to trading. What that means is that if you have, let's say you have 3 possibilities. You've got like 3 events. Here's an elephant, here's a tail, here's a 180, whatever. And so you can quickly do a weight of the evidence. Well, this is a 3 check, this is a 2 check. This is a 3 check, this is a 3 check, this is a 2 check. Get the 2 check out. Now I'm down to 2. So now I have 2 that are 3 checks. But I've got 1 that's an elephant and 1 that's a 180. Well, a 180 trumps an elephant in terms of power and reliability. But my elephant has 3 position checks at the 20, at the 200, and position 1. Well, that now trumps the regular 3 from your 180. You have this neat little way of which one has the heaviest weight, which one has the most checks, which one has the most power, which one has the highest odds of success. So you can have 2, 3 checks. Let me give you 2 potential trades that are both 3 checks, but one of the 3 checks is in position 1. The other 3 check is in position 3. Still 3 checks. Position 3 is a check. Position 1 is a check, but position 1 is trumps position 3. Whoo! So now this brings clarity. What most novice traders fail to have is clarity. They're always vague. It's always guessing. They're never sure of anything. With the NPR test, you can go out of all this is the one. This trumps that one. This is better because it's position 1. That one's position 3. This is better because it's a 180 and that's a tail bar. This is better because there's 2 checks in position and this one is 1 check in position. Do you understand what that does? It takes you to an entirely different level as a trader. You stop being the trader of old with the NPR test. You stop succumbing to your fears, your thinking, your thoughts, your guessing, your anxiety. It's freaking plain. Here's the event. Here's the position. Here's what I'm going to lose if it doesn't work with 2 lots. Now go, child, and make that money. Position 3. So now, guys, I'm giving you the position. NPR that thing. I'm giving you the position. So we've got the position. The position is 3 minus 3. Now you have to fill in the rest. Name it. Position 3 is down here. Name it. I'm okay if you said bull 180. I'm okay if you said elephant bar. I'm okay. Boom, check. Now, just risk it out, and you're done. From position 3. All right, beautiful. Position 1 is here. Name it, elephant bar. and position 1. So this NPR would be dual position, right? So you would have, I name it, the position is -1, and I would say that's pretty close to the 20. And boom, risk it out. Now, if we go to position 3, I've given you the position now. Now you have to do this one. Position, I've given you -3. Now name it. Bottoming tail bar or tail bar. Boom, check. Position 3. And risk it out. If you can get 2 lots or 1 lot there without violating your maximum loss, boom, you got a 3 check trade off the tail bar. The rest is history. Now, do this one. What is that? Name it, elephant bar. Position it off the 20. Risk it out, 1 lot. Maximum loss per trade. Boom. Rest is history. This simplifies, captures, and clarifies professional trading. All right, so now I'm giving you another NPR with the position. NPR. I'm giving you the position. The position is boom, elephant, boom, position. Now, think clearly. You've got, know your positions. The positions can be negative. It can be -1, 2, or 3. And we're going to remove the 2. So -1 or 3. Your positions can be the 20 or the 200 and or the 200. You understand? These are your 4 choices. 1 or 3, 20, and 200. How many do you have? You've got around the 200, check. You've got around the 20, check. And you've got -1. So you've got all 3 of these. You've got a 3 checker in the position. Are you freaking kidding me? Risk that thing out and go make your money. Go forth and make your money. This is a beautiful thing right here. Look at it. Boom. All right, let's NPR it. NPR it. You know what to do by now. NPR that thing. Name it. Identify it. Elephant bar. Check. Position it. 220. Position 1. It's a 3 checker again. Boom. 20. 200. And position 1. Risk that thing out and go make your money. I hope you see how combining these 3 simple steps, jump your reliability, jump your consistency, dramatically increase your clarity, remove your fear, and increase your profitability. It's truly powerful, people. It's truly powerful. It's simple, but most things that are powerful in life, are simple. All right? Most things that are powerful in life are simple. Look at this bear 180. If I NPR that bear 180, guys, right? If I NPR that thing, let me NPR that thing, Oliver. NPR it. That's how my brothers down south in the southern part of the states would do it. NPR that thing. NPR that thing. I wonder how my Spanish and Portuguese translators handle this stuff. NPR that thing, Oliver. NPR it. All right, let's NPR that thing. All right, we're going to name it. It's a 180. It's a bear 180. Boom. I've got the 200. NPR it. The 20. Yeah, that's right. NPR that thing, Oliver. I'm going to call that position 1, man. Boom, boom, boom. Now risk it out. Boom. And just watch. Go forth and multiply. Go forth and multiply. I like that. Boom. NPR that thing, Oliver. NPR it. NPR that thing. Bear 180. Boom. Position 200. Boom. Risk it out. Boom. And the rest is history. These are all trades, guys, from the last few days. And there's so many more. So many more. Remember what I told you to do if you have a gap, right? Always fill in your gap, people. See the gap? Fill it in, and it will give you clarity. Now, NPR that thing. Fill in your gaps. Don't forget that. Don't let the gaps confuse you. Fill it in. See that gap? Fill it in. NPR that thing. I know I'm crazy. So guys, listen, I want you to know what the journey is. If you decide to become a family member, here's the journey. It's a beautiful thing. You are here now. Guys, this is where you came. This is where you probably found out about me right here, or either through my books or social media. You started this process here. Now, normally a lot of people move to our starter kit, and that is like a $297 thing, right? But you are here. You have just participated in an event that I do for $500. And it is worth far more than $500 because this event today will reward you for the rest of your trading life if you do it properly. You will grow with it. You will advance with it. You will become profitable with it. But there are some people who pay $500 for that, but that's not something you need to do. You have this, so you don't need the starter kit anymore. You don't need these 3 steps anymore. Your next step would be the complete trader package. And if you want it to go beyond that, there's the pro trader, and then of course the ultimate is the master trader. But this is the journey, guys. This is the journey. Got it? Now, I want to talk to you about, for those of you who might be interested in going to the next step because you're here, let's talk about the complete trader step. Now, the complete trader, guys, is complete. That is why we call it the complete trader. It comes with lifetime training and education. It comes with a 300 some odd page manual. I forget the number of pages, but something like that. It comes with online modules where you can constantly watch the modules that are specific to certain things like moving averages, stops, profit-taking rules, entry rules, the whole thing. It comes with a funded account where you never have to put money into an account, that you are funded for life, educated for life, funded for life. It comes with a 40% payout on all of your profits. You never put money in. You never lose your money ever, but you can only make money, 40% of the gains. It comes with 2 study sessions a month with me. It comes with a daily live trading room where you're trading live amongst your other trading peers and trading professionals that are guiding you, teaching you, educating you every single day of your life. This is totally complete. But there is a complete trader package that also involves what I call the live trading camp. This is my specialty, where you take the complete, we add the live trading camp, which is an 11-week program with me and only me alone. And this is where I take you on the journey to become a maximum profitable trader in the first 20 minutes of the trading day. That's my specialty. I want all of you to have my specialty. And the trading package, the complete trading package, includes complete along with the live trading camp. So that's what it's 3 days of education and 10 weeks or 10 Mondays where you trade live with me. And at the end of this 11-week process with the live trading camp, you emerge a completely different trader. So most people, this is probably the most popular program, the complete trader package. And then some people will say, listen, Oliver, I know I'm home. This is my family. You are my mentor. I'm going all the way. I don't need to do it piecemeal. I just want Master Trader. And there are a few people who all the time just go all the way. I just want it all. I want to be the closest I possibly can with Oliver. I want the training. I want the maximum amount of training and what have you. They go to Master Trader. But the most popular is the Complete Trader package. Now, and these are the prices I'd like to give you. Now, remember what the retail prices were. Guys, this makes it a song. You can make this in one trade. You can make this in one trade. You can make this in 1 week. Think about this, guys. This is for a lifetime. My training with me never stops, ever. The training every single day in the live trading camp with professionals that are guiding you, correcting you, teaching you, showing you. You're mimicking their trades. You're piggybacking their trades. They're critiquing your trades. All of that forever. On demand forever. 2 training sessions with me every month forever. For $1,300, $1,400, something that is basically a family dinner with 2 bottles of wine. This is crazy, guys. And the package is under $1,800. Just a couple $100 more, guys, for 2 things, the 11-week live trading camp and the Forever program, called the Complete Trader program, the For Life program. And then, of course, if you want to go all the way to Master and just, you know what you want, you don't need anything else, then look, Master's 50% off here today. There are a lot of people out there who are, and this is getting worse and worse, that are going to pretend like they're one of my staff members. They're going to pretend like you're talking. They're going to text you like it's me texting you. I will never text you. I will never reach out to you and say, how's your trading? I will never ask you for money. I will never tell you to send your Bitcoin to me. I will never do these things. It's not me. All right. So I just need you take a snapshot of this or come back to this in the presentation. Make sure that if you're speaking to any of my staff members, it's got to be one on this list with that number and that email address. Look at all the languages they speak. So whatever language you speak, English, Spanish, Portuguese, there is a staff member for you. But you got to make sure it's one of mine because the scammers are out, guys. They want something for nothing. They want your money. I don't want you getting scammed. Not on my watch. Do you understand this? If you're really serious about it, I'm looking forward to you joining the case. Now, I will tell you this. I want to thank you. I thank you for your support. I thank you for watching my videos. I thank you for liking my videos. I thank you for commenting on my videos. I truly, truly appreciate you. I hope that comes through every single time I'm in front of you. I made a promise a long time ago that if I were to ever get the opportunity to speak in front of 1 person or 10 people or 1,000 people, to grab a mic, if I had any attention or audience at all, I would do my very best to deliver something of value, something that I believe has the potential of benefiting you for the rest of your life. I hope I've done that here today. I believe I've done that here today. I hope I have. But if I haven't, I promise every single time I'm going to get better and better and better and better. I'm never going to stop. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'm looking forward to many of you joining the family. So for those of you who are going to join the family, welcome to the family in advance. All right, in the meantime, here's how you become a family member. Let's go. Boom.